Here, and it is Monday night, sorry, uh, April 27th. And I'm shooting another quick video blog post tonight because the blog post I originally started, I started typing out, it was going to be a long one, and I really didn't feel like type. I'll be honest, after working all day, I didn't feel like typing a whole six, seven, 800 word blog post, maybe more. I can tend to get wordy and say a lot without saying a lot. So in that, I figured I can probably say what I want to say best by just doing a quick video, and even then it'll probably be longer than what I'm going to be shooting for. But tonight, I'm going to talk about our company-wide call, Empower Call. It's called Empower Hour every Monday night at 6 o'clock. And once again, I was able to get home in time and get on it. And when I got on it, after finding out from my accountability partner that yes, in fact, it was on, but I'm listening to it. At first, I'm thinking, okay, good call. Dave was talking. Uh, we just had an event this past weekend in Nashville, which I talked about in I think my last post, or yeah, last night. I don't even remember. I was so tired last night. Um, that and I just lost my train of thought. That we just had the event, and so a lot of the leaders and stuff are probably still there, hanging out, going over the details of this event and stuff. I did buy a ticket to that event. Was not able to go. Um, was really wanting to go. It just did not pan out. I did not intention it right, and did not put my effort the way I should have to be able to go. That being said, the tickets went on sale. I think it was Saturday night, um, and the minute my sponsor told me about it, as I said last night, I got my ticket. So I already have that ticket for that. I've already made that intention. I'm going to be at that event, and I'm now going to be working on how to get upgraded so I can be at some of the VIP stuff. Um, but in that, with this call, as I listened to more, it really sounded like a call I remember from last year at one point leading up to our 3-year anniversary as a company. And the more I listened to it, it really sounded a lot more familiar. I'm going, I think I remember this call, and points and things he brought out and stuff. My accountability partner thinks it wasn't, so I'm not really sure who's right. So I'm not going to say whether it really was or wasn't. I think it was a replay. I think it was one that was pulled out of our one of our back office, actually out of our inner circle, where we have a lot of in the calls that we do weekly, where we can get a lot of good training tips, a lot of good mindset, personal development things, gold nuggets that you can't get necessarily in the trainings and stuff. Just things from as the speakers are just pouring their heart and sharing their dreams, sharing their ideas, philosophies, and tips and tweaks that they do for building their business. So with that, he was talking about one aspect, one point he got on about being loyal and loyalty, and that kind of got me because I've been in power now for over 3 years personally, 3 years personally myself, almost 2012, 2000, yeah, 3 years personally myself. So, um, and in that I've grown, I've prospered, I've had some success, and I'm wanting bigger and better success. But in the loyalty part, I have to say, um, I feel I am loyal. I've been I think, very loyal to my sponsor and doing things, but I've not been loyal too. I've not lived, it's been a two-way street. Um, but the key thing I brought out of that was that as a leader and as in building a team, you have to be loyal to your team, but you have to also remember to, in that loyalty, you have to love them and take them for who they are sometimes. And sometimes you have to understand that they're not going to do everything you tell them to do, or everything that you have your program set up to do, or that, within the company, like the fast start training, things like that we have in place. They're not going to do it all the time. Um, to be honest, I have not done everything I've been told by even my sponsor. I'm being honest. I'm sharing here. So, that's why I think this point that he made kind of really resonated and stuck out at me is that she's still been there, she's still done, she's still pointed at God, but she's also kind of let me do and kind of get to my point where it's like, okay, yes or no, am I doing this or am I not doing this? What am I doing? Where I'm at? I went through a little struggle last year. I've talked about that and I blogged about it. So in that, uh, so I see what he's getting at. And when you have your teams, you have to still love them. You have to still accept them. You have to, because he made this point, and it was a kind of really just kind of bell going off my head. You can't make people do what you will always want them to do, what you want them to do when you tell them to do them, or train them, or show them, or get them through that. I've worked with a couple people trying to help them with, getting their business up and going, and I kept telling them, do this, do this, do this, and they didn't do it, and it really frustrated me. And it got to a point where I had to really kind of just back off, and they ultimately made a different choice and decided to do something else. Um, with that, I might even now have a response because I'm sure she's responding back to me. So give me a second. I want to see what she says. Okay, she kind of now is kind of agreeing with me because she remembers that he did, when he mentioned about staying in Orlando last year. That's where they first launched Empower Network in 2011, and that's where for the 3-year anniversary they went back. So I think she's finally uh, cozying up to the idea that yes, it was a replay. But that's one of the great things about our products. This is something that's in our back office, something I can go back to and listen to, and I can use that to infuse me, just like it did tonight in them presenting it as the company call tonight. They did not just not have a call. They did not just rest on their laurels. They didn't do what they are supposed to do as leaders for the company by not having a call saying, "Hey, the call is canceled tonight." People are in transit and going. They went to our vast storehouse, our vast data, warehouse in the back office for something I have access to go in and listen and use. For me, building me on a personal level, they did it for us on a company level. So in that, that's why I said I got this loyalty thing tonight, and I see that in play. I see it there in what they're doing for us. I'm being loyal about being on the call tonight and doing what I'm doing to help keep me focused and going down the road I want to go to build my business. That's the same thing I want to instill in my team and the people that join me and those that have joined me and are joining me. That this is how I am. This is the way I am. I understand you're gonna have your ups, your downs. You're gonna have your moments because I've lived it. I've done it. I've done it to my sponsor. So in that sense, you know, that's where the being loyal to your team and being loyal to them and understanding them and still loving them and being there to support them, build them up, edify them, help them get past that blockage or that system or that thing. He also talked about something that sometimes people have things that they need to get past before they can have that breakthrough or get to a point that they're looking to get to. Like they have some old resentments against somebody, or they got hurt in this, or this program didn't produce the way they were thinking. I myself have gone through that with a program that didn't produce the way I thought it would or should. That was because I failed on the end of doing what I was supposed to do and what my upline and what my leaders told me to do. So at that now in retrospect, going back, now having been in what I'm done now for 3 years, still having ups and downs, just as human as anybody else. But my sponsor has just been there, loved me through it all. Awesome sponsor, and in that, that's what's kept me going and pushing forward, and allowed me to go through what I went through. So that way, when as I go through it and experience with team members of my own and new team members and people that join me, I'm not so taken back by it. It's like, oh yeah, okay, I understand where this comes from. I understand. I can then actively support them and help them and get them through that, and maybe help them get past some of their barriers and things like that. So with that, this post has gone almost 10 minutes, but I think it would have been is definitely better than having to read it all in my blog. So with that, make it a simply simple day. I'll talk to you later. And as always, if you're ready to make that change, make a change for yourself, make a change for your future to where you want to go and have the life and dreams and the things you want, you have to first intention it. Is make that decision and then click that link below. Join me. I'll be on the inside waiting for you. And thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.